Hi there, students. The halo effect. The halo effect. A halo is this little circle of light that sits just above the head of a saint or somebody who is wonderful. It's also sometimes called the halo error. Okay, this is a cognitive bias that when you see somebody who or something that has one good characteristic and you think, well, this characteristic is really good, then you assume that other characteristics, other phenomenon related to this person or this thing are good as well. So, for example, I don't know, if one brand makes a good tomato sauce, you immediately assume that all of the other foods made by this company are good. Or, for example, you see somebody and you think that they are beautiful or handsome. And then from that you come to the conclusion, well, if they're handsome and beautiful, then they must be a good person. They must be a nice person. They must be intelligent. They must have a good job. And this halo effect is making judgments about somebody's character from your impression of them. So when you first meet somebody, you get an impression of them, and then from that impression you draw all sorts of other judgments, and this is the halo effect. It's a cognitive bias. A cognitive bias is where you decide something is true, but not in a rational way. Wow, it must be good because it's blue. That's a cognitive bias. Yeah, it must be good because it's a big one. Okay, and the halo effect. This is where you perceive that something has one positive quality. It means that it has other good qualities as well. In a restaurant, for example, if they have if the surroundings look nice, and the service is good, then this creates a halo effect about the food. Well, the food must be good. The food must be delicious. Or a company that sells one product that is particularly popular and everybody says is very good. Then people think that all of the products belonging to this company are good, and this is the point of brand names. Yeah, if we make it, then it must be good. It's a positive opinion that someone has of a person or a product, or and this is based on an earlier opinion about something completely different, and this is halo effect. It's the tendency for an impression to influence people's opinions in other areas, and this, as I say, is a cognitive bias. So it's interesting that the COVID pandemic had a halo effect on pharmacies. So not only did they sell things to avoid the pandemic, but everything that they sold was good, and that's the idea. So this is a halo effect. It's that everything is if something has one characteristic that is good, then everything about that is good. But I think particularly the halo effect is, well, this is something that you find in human psychology, in marketing, but there's lots and lots of research about this, where how attractive a person is influences how we judge that person. So attractive people are more likely to be judged as trustworthy and friendly. Um, attractiveness Attractive people are judged to be more successful, to have more, to be more healthy, to be more successful, to have higher moral standards. And you can't tell things like that from how somebody looks. But this is the idea of the cognitive bias of the halo effect. You can also actually have a horns effect as well, the horns and halo effect, where the horn effect is where somebody is so bad or has such a bad reputation that people can only see the bad things they do, and they are completely unable to see anything good that this person might do. I think they did some research on Hugo Chavez to show that he is subjected to the horn effect. So the halo effect, it's a bias. It's a bias that affects people. Okay, so halo effect. What am I going to give it? I think I'm going to give it a 6 in formality. I think you can use it anywhere, but it's a touch on the more formal side, psychology, marketing as well. So halo effect.